I don't know what Yoshifumi sensei was thinking, but he created a problem with this loop to Fuuko. Like, she really pulled up to the next loop just to become Askeladd and start treating Feng like Thorfinn. But seriously, Fuuko is hard-boiled. She's wasted no time over the past 170 years bolstering her physical strength, her resolve, and it really showed this chapter. So let's talk about it. The Queen of Negators in Undead Unluck 137. Before we dive in, you already know the rules. 1 like, 1 comment, and if you're new here, 1 subscription. I don't make the rules, they're just free. You have to do it if you're here, but let's hop into it. We open things up as Ichiko, Nico, and Gina all have no idea what's going on. Nico thought that Unluck just brought meteors and stuff like that. However, Fuuko explains that that's not actually the case. She says her ability causes Unluck proportionate to her fondness for the target, and it's random how it actually manifests. And this is not only a nice refresher on Fuuko's ability, but I think a cool piece of confirmation that Unluck truly can manifest anything or anybody who is necessary to conquer a situation. Like, think about back at the Union HQ, whenever Tatiana is about to get schmopped. However, Fuuko's Unluck brings Billy there. The only person who could actually save Tatiana in that exact instance, the only person who understands her ability, who had undefinition to help her out right there. Fuuko's the GOAT. But Fuuko's Unluck brought something far worse than a meteor. A young dragon. Our boy Feng actually arrived, still holding that Zuishin Takan rod as I imagine Fuuko gave to her, as I'll explain a little bit later in the video, but he's just demanding a fight with Our Lady. And interestingly, Feng actually mentions that Fuuko seems to have a grasp on her soul, which obviously alludes to the fact that Ghost is already here on Earth. However, I didn't think that could be the case just due to the fact that it's further along in the timeline where Ghost actually comes along. And it just kind of confuses me. Did Fuuko bring along an ability from the last loop? Is this a plot hole? Is Ghost here? I don't know. Give me your theories, your thoughts, please, because kind of doesn't make sense. But Feng mentioning this increase in power from Fuuko actually revealed something. He already got his ass beat by her, and it's just like we were thinking last video. I had this thought that potentially Feng had actually already gotten his butt kicked by Fuuko and wanted to track her back down in order to, achieve the pinnacle of strength. He wants to be the strongest individual in all of creation, and to do that, you have to defeat anybody who's ahead of you, and he can't defeat one woman, Izumo Fuuko. They'd previously fought under the condition that if Fuuko won, Feng could only re-challenge her after defeating an apparition or an Uma. So each time Feng defeats one of these Umas, he can come re-challenge Fuuko. However, other than that, he can never fight her, can never become the strongest individual on Earth. And you know what that does? It gets in a man's head. And this is hilarious. It's straight out of freaking Vinland Saga. My boy Thorfinn and Askeladd. Fuuko's just like, you want to try to get revenge against me then, pull up on the kid, but you gotta do your work first. And this actually had me laughing during the chapter. It was a really good explanation of how Fuuko kind of strings him along while also getting her to, do her bidding. So since Feng had just obliterated he's earned a battle. It's his time for a fight. However, this is not the smoke he wants. Fuuko drops the hair, and as soon as she did this, I knew it was over. A done diddle dop. I knew Fuuko was about to bink boop schmop our boy Feng, and it was hilarious because just like you see sports, you see the hockey players, they drop their gloves whenever they're about to fight somebody. I got that energy whenever Fuuko let the long hair fly. Fuuko's game plan for the fight was centered around the fact that Feng still had yet to uncover Unluck. So when he comes rushing in, Fuuko uses her hair as a whip, not to confuse Feng, but to touch him and administer some Unluck. So although Feng is able to get an uppercut in on Fuuko's nose, the Unluck is also able to kick in, causing the ground to break below Feng, as well as Uma Heat to bite onto his side. And this part right here was so dope. A callback to my favorite fight of the series, a callback to a video I have literally created, edited, but I don't like it, so I need to re-record it and get it out. The Feng vs Shin fight. As he distracts Feng, Fuuko prepares for a Tetsu Zanko, and she jumps down and hits him with the Kyokai Zanko Misfortune Cycle Mountain Strike. And what's really cool about this fight choreography is this is a callback to the same exact mistake Shin had actually made fighting against Feng, which allowed him to get Tetsu Zanko'd. Shin went for an uppercut. However, when he did this uppercut, he got distracted by the body of Luo, and that little bit of distraction allowed Feng to bounce off, come through with the Tetsu Zanko. The exact same thing happens here. Feng gets off an uppercut, however is distracted by Uma heat, which allows Fuuko to jump off to the side and come through with that Tetsu Zanko. It's the small things in Yoshifumi's writing, dog. It's beautiful. And although Feng is actually able to hold out that Tetsu Zanko from Fuuko, it didn't matter. The fight was already over. Unluck manifests itself as heat burps on a gas line, explodes Feng with it, and you already know the rule. Cool guys don't run from explosions. Fuuko turns her ass around, walks away, fixes her nose, and smiles it off. And god almighty dang, this was an elite fight. The choreography was really dope, and what I love the most is Fuuko Izumo's physical developments. We've always known that Unluck was a strong ability, arguably the strongest one out there, other than Undead, other than Untouchable. However, she can fight now, and when I say she can fight, I mean she can the strongest creation. I know he's not at his peak strength yet, however, no matter what he attains, there's always one woman ahead of him. Let's go! And really, like, Fuuko is giving me the most insane vibes right now. I got the same energy this chapter is whenever Jules explodes the entire alien civilization that was about to invade Earth. Like, I just felt like, damn, this is our captain, and there's not many people as hard-boiled as this chick. Feng is confused of a few things, though, especially how Fuuko is able to use the Tetsu Zanko, presumably his own technique, and Fuuko tells him, "You are ignorant. I have a master, a young man, Shin Xiang, somebody who will actually become one of your future pupils." And once again, Fuuko won that fight saying that if I win this, you have to do as I ask. And this was a really smart thing to do, once again manipulating the hard-headed Feng into doing her bidding. Fuuko tells Feng that this Shin guy is even stronger than her, so the best option he has to gain strength is to raise Shin as a pupil when that time comes, so they can gain their strength together. And you know how Feng is. He's a person who believes that strength is the peak of an individual, so he's a bit reluctant to listen to her here. However, Fuuko knows how to push his buttons, just questioning his resolve. Do you even want to become the strongest? Making him just wince. And I loved this scene right here because it really just exudes who Feng is. At the end of the day, he has the resolve necessary to become the strongest in creation. He just has to get there. Love this last interaction between Fuuko and Feng. I think it epitomizes what Feng's character development will be like during this loop. He's an individual who believes that strength is only what an individual can achieve, and that there's nobody else outside of me who can help me in attaining that. I just have to feed on these young dragons, feed on the strong in order to become strong. However, it's caring about people. It's about growing close to others and figuring out what strength is to each and every individual is what's going to make Feng the strongest person around. And I truly think that this loop, Shin won't even reach his level. Andy in a normal state damn near might not reach his level. Like, Feng is going to be a hard-boiled guy. I'm excited to see what he does, and we see him off on that Dark Quinto Un, and I'll see you soon. And obviously, we have some cute conversations between Fuuko and Gina. However, I'm not going too in deep on those. The only big development we have out of them is, hey, Gina's got her clothes back. A little bit big fitting, however, let her get 2 more years under her, and she'll be a big girl, and she'll probably keep herself in place just like that forever. I don't know, though. Who really knows? Nonetheless, the biggest development at the end of things. The Apocalypse book is uncovered, and we are about to get the quest popping. A brand new set of quests as well, because we haven't been this far back in the timeline, and dude, new Umas, potentially new negators, new everything, bro. I'm just excited. And I'm wondering why the Apocalypse book came up just now. I wonder if it's just the fact that Fuuko was trying to get more prepared before going and taking on quests, didn't want to lose anybody, trying to, go into things haphazardly, not prepared. Or even if the fact is that Apocalypse appears after a certain amount of negators are accrued for the Union. But it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. I just want to see what this next quest is gonna be. If God's gonna throw any wrenches in our plans, because hey, we seem to be smooth sailing right now, and I would like if it had stayed that way, but I don't know. This one's probably getting long, so I will sign out of here. Hasta luego, mi amigos.